Good morning, citizen, and welcome to part 3 of my Aurora Legionnaire Pilot Diaries. This is a series in where I show you just what you can do with the cheapest and best starter package for Star Citizen. If you've missed part 1 and 2, the links for them in the description below. Otherwise, we shall continue with part 3. Now, I've just gone back into the ship after doing a Comare mission. We're surrounded by pirates again. I can get into the seat. Now, these, as I showed before, there's multiple Comare missions. However, they're all pretty similar. So while we were down there, a new mission came up, and I'm going to show that off when I finally get seated. Don't get shot out by all these pirates, so I am going to quickly move out of the way.
Scanning. Shields max. Stand by for shields.
And press V, and you can, once you're in higher speed, you can get into cruise mode. So I'm just going to quickly do that. Right, so if I press F9, it brings up and I can click the Comarace. You can see the one I've just completed. And then this new ICC assistance is the new mission that's just come up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to untrack this one by clicking that, and I'm going to track this ICC one instead. So if we click at it, it basically says the Imperial Cartographer Center has put out a request for assistance to any ship in the area. So the objective is to report to the ICC scan probe for details. So I'll press F9 to close that again, and that's exactly what we'll do. So if you look on the top of my screen, there was an arrow, a blue arrow. That basically shows you where your next waypoint is. So as I move up, you can see that that's where the probe is. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to line myself up with that, and then we're going to quantum jump to it. Now, as you can see on my screen, there is a big, let me just press B to get your quantum jump up. That shows you all the different points of interest. We want the probe, so I'm going to line my ship up with that and press the middle mouse button, which takes you into quantum. Now once you're in quantum drive, you cannot change direction at all. You are stuck going in that way. As you can see, I can look around, but I'm not actually moving. The only way you'll come out of quantum is so an object comes in front of you and it'll force you out of quantum jump, or you get to the location you're headed to and that will automatically take you out. Now, as you can see on my screen, I have a big circle. Now this is basically your mouse cursors. Wherever you're facing that, it'll pull you in that direction. So that's all you need to worry about. So that's what that is, and that's why you'll see it jumping all over the place, because it's my mouse cursor.
Random ship. Come in, random ship.
Hello, Tessa.
Hi. Welcome to the neighborhood.
Thank you.
Second class junior cartographer Tessa Bannister reporting in. I'm the eyes behind all the ICC scan probes in the area. What these little guys see, I see.
Nice.
Which, yes, means I can totally see you. Right now.
And that's not creepy at all?
Anyway, there was actually a reason to why I commed. I'm sort of not allowed to leave my post. Important jump point scanning and all. So, I was hoping you might be able to help me with something.
Maybe.
Quick question for you. This sounds serious, right? It's coming from these coordinates. You should help if you can.
Yeah, it sounded pretty serious to me. So as you can see now in the corner of my top right hand corner of my screen, a new arrow has turned up. She has given me some new waypoints. So I'm going to head over to that. And this is a little example of some of the quests that you can get in, well, eventually be able to get in the game. So as well as having a job centre where you can go and pick up jobs from billboards or other people, you'll get these random quests that come up as you're flying through space. So like her talking to you over the intercom and that sort of thing, and it'll just add to your mission journal. So it's quite a good addition to like immersion in the game, really. So I was going to just explain, I was halfway through explaining before she interrupted, about the targeting system in there. So you have what's called pips in the game, and this is where basically your lasers and your cannons are all going. Now I'll show you a bit if we get into combat what they actually are. But you can have lead pip on or off. Default is set to off. And what this means is your target where you're aiming, you'll aim it actually on the ship. So you'll aim the pips onto the ship rather than the nose of your ship. It'll make more sense when I'm in combat. And the other option is lead pip on. And what that'll do is there'll be two little squares in front of the ship that you're aiming, and that's where you aim your centre of your ship for.
Radar contact. Stand by.
Oh,
Scanning.
looks like we've been jumped by pirates.
Stand by.
Okay, so if I press C, you get the nearest target. You can see it there. I'll come out and drop out of cruise. Now, as you can see that square on my trigger now, that is the pips that I'm talking about. So they are what you want to aim on the ship. So although my ship might be flying at a slightly different direction, that is where my bullets are going to go, and that's because of velocity and the power of the weapon, that sort of thing. So you want to aim those over the ship. Now if you had lead target on, what you'd have is that square would instead be in front of the ship, or whatever direction that ship's flying, and you'd be shooting at that. Whoa, that was close. You'll be shooting at that rather than at the ship itself. Personally, I prefer this because it means I can aim and look at the ship that I want to shoot at rather than just spending your time looking at little squares and circles. However, oh, that was nice. He crashed into an asteroid for me. So there's a third one somewhere.
Radar contact. Stand by.
So
Scanning.
what was I saying?
Radar
Yeah.
contact.
So I prefer that. However, I do recommend, and it looks like I've hit an asteroid. I do recommend you try
Deployed. Engines
um,
engaged. Landing.
different both modes and see what suits you the
Radar
best.
contact.
Because what suits me may well be different for you. I've now lost one of my guns from hitting that asteroid, so not my best piloting skills ever. Nice.
Enemy down.
And that's them all gone. So it wasn't too bad.
Thank you for helping me. Maybe someday I'll be able to return the favor.
You're very welcome. And that is basically the end of that. It's a short little mission. Like I said, it was just a random one that pops up while you're in the middle of doing the others. So, thanks for watching, and next time in part 4 I will go and get that gun repaired because it's in dire need of it. So I will show off the repair mechanics in the persistent universe at the moment, and I will then head to one of the other places and either do another mission or just show a little bit of the game off, but I haven't decided yet. So if you liked the video, please hit that like button, it really helps, and if you want to see more content like this and the rest of the series, then please hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching, see you later.